Hello, Studio 2. I hope you guys had a great day off. I hope you're enjoying your asynchronous days without Zoom. And here we go. I'm going to do my own teaching video here to help you with the test chart that you're going to make today. So last class we did a test chart on the gray bogus paper that's small. So you want to be using the black paper this time, and I'm going to show you how to set that up. But quickly, if you missed last class, we did on the gray bogus paper 6 techniques. It's in the class slideshow from week 5, and you want to do that one first or second, just as long as you have it. It's 6 techniques that we all did exactly the same techniques. One was called blending, the second one's called layering, the third one's called sgraffito, scumbling, stippling, tint, and shade. The layering and the stippling should be a sphere, so we can see that you can practice making something look three-dimensional. Okay, so that's the first thing that we did. If you haven't done that, make sure you take care of that one. Now, the second one we're going to do, I want you all to try it on the black paper, because oil pastels can look amazing on the black paper, because it can give you a very dramatic effect. And this black construction paper is also very soft, like the gray bogus paper. So it has a good tooth, and it'll grab the oil pastels nicely. So what you see me doing is folding it in half, so it's smaller. So you can do that, or you can cut it, or you can keep it whole, but I just don't want the whole paper because it's just too big of an area. All right, you also want to have a paper towel today. All right, and you want to get ready to rock and roll. Here we go. So we're going to do 6 techniques, and you want to divide your paper again in 6 areas. They do not have to be perfectly straight, as long as you have 6 areas. Okay, I'm using a white color pencil so it shows up a little bit better, and you're going to be doing the same 6 techniques. Now I'm going to write it down quickly, but you also have a slide that you can look at to remember it in the canvas post. So hard pressure blend, which we've practiced before, but I want you to see it on the black paper. A light pressure blend, which again we did practice, but it looks different on the black paper, so I want you to try it. Then we're going to have a mark making blend. My favorite, one of my favorites. And if you don't remember this, there'll be a photo of the slide on the post for you. And then you're going to have choice, and choice, where I want you to experiment and see what you can come up with. And then we want you to do a 3D object. Just like we did with the spheres, we want to try a 3D object. All right? So here we go. Let's get ready. So a hard pressure blend is exactly what it sounds like. It's using hard pressure to transition from one side to the other. So if you have dirty oil pastels, that's what the paper towel is good for. So there's also a video by another artist, and she gives great directions too, so you can watch hers as well to help with this. So a hard pressure blend starts with some hard pressure, and it ends up lightening up in the pressure. So you can see how it transitions. All right. But what you would do is you would take like a lighter color, like a white or something, and you would start the opposite direction with the hard pressure to get it to really be white on this side, and then you start to lighten it up towards the middle, and you're going to lighten it up so it gradually changes to the blue. So you can see that the point is to make a nice gradation between the 2 colors. So hard pressure, and then lighten it up as it goes through here. And if it starts to get too blue, just keep trying to hard pressure, lighten it up to get a nice smooth transition between the 2 colors. All right, the opposite one would be a light pressure blend. So you would start the opposite way. So I'm going to go from yellow to red and see what happens. And try and push yourself and try and go different directions and see what you can make happen. So I'm going to start light. And I'm going to get gradually darker and heavier. And same thing, I'm going to start light with the red. And I'm going to try and get gradually heavier and darker. And you know, this is also good to do because you're going to see what happens when you're working on the black, how these things work out. So light. And then darker, heavier. And you know, the yellow and the reds aren't working out that great. They're looking kind of so light, heavier. Light, and you can see sometimes it starts to get a little bit too much oil pastel and it starts coming up. It's kind of blending, it's more kind of stripy. You could try the paper towel technique. You can try and blend it in together and get it more gradual. And see if you can make it look more gradual. Alright, mark making blend, one of my favorites. So I love mark making. In general, I love mark making, but the oil pastels, I just think it's really fun. A lot of different things you can do with your mark making. So I'm going to try some pink, and I really encourage you guys to try as many different colors as you can on the black paper as possible, just to see how they look on the black paper. Alright, now I love to make all kinds of marks, so you can make whatever kind of mark you want. I'm going to work with, like, I don't know, let's work with a like V zigzaggy shape and see what happens. So I'll put some pink down, put some blue down, put some purple down, and the point is to just keep blending it, you know, with that mark, with that shape. So I'm just going up and down, making like a zigzaggy mark. Ooh, that's kind of cool. And you can, you know, add more of some of your colors in different areas, and you'll start to see it's going to make new blends. And some other cool marks, you know, you can try things that are totally different. I don't know, let's see, let's do something kind of opposite, kind of swirly. You also could try things like hatching and cross hatching. You know, have some fun, be experimental, see what you can make happen. That's the whole point to these test charts, is to just loosen up. I think I need more pink. It's getting very blue, and you want to pick colors again that blend well together. Alright, that's kind of cool. I like that. Alright, then choice. Choice is totally up to you. I want you to play, experiment, but I'll show you some possibilities. So one of the things you can do is something called impasto. And impasto is when you put it down super thick and you try and get it to look kind of thick and chunky. I'm going to use some of the brown colors for that. So you put it down super thick and try and see what you can create with some really super thick. Impasto, if you were painting, you would be putting a lot of paint on there, getting it to look kind of chunky. That's kind of cool. At some point though, sometimes you get a little bit too much on it. It starts kind of scratching into the other colors, so just be careful. So impasto is nice and fun to do. Some other choice things you can do are, you know, try some of those other techniques that we talked about with the hatching and the cross hatching. So hatch, 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 hatch is where you cross. Well, that's cross hatching. So I'm going to try some greens because I haven't done any greens yet. But you can make up your own. You can have some fun. If you've got some of the baby oil around, you can also try the baby oil. I don't have any baby oil in my house to try, so I can't really show that to you. You can also try blending everything and seeing what happens. You can try some soft techniques. Let's see, I haven't used any white or gray or black yet. So I'm going to try some soft techniques and see what I can make happen. That white and gray looks the same to you guys. They actually are blending. Let's put a little bit of black in the middle of that. Oops. And I can try blending with the paper towel. I can try blending with my finger. Oh, that's kind of cool. Now we want you to try, come on camera, don't do that, a 3D object. So a 3D object is something that you can make look three-dimensional. So I've got a blue mug here full of pencils. And I'm going to try and make my blue mug look realistic by doing it three-dimensional. So, just like we did when we did the sphere, we're going to do the same thing with your 3D object. So I'm going to start by lightly sketching the shape of my mug. Put the handle on here. There we go. Then I'm going to start trying to blend it and get it to look three-dimensional. So I'm going to look and see where the darks and the lights are. So down at the bottom it's darker. It's a little dark in the middle. I'm going to use that striping technique where you go across. I'm going to start to put the light area in over here. A little bit of lightness over here. And the goal is to make it look three-dimensional. That's the goal. Put the handle in. And it'll be dark inside the cup here. I'm going to ignore the pencils. And it'll be dark underneath. And I'm going to try and blend that together to get it to look a little bit more realistic. So I can use my finger. If I need more oil pastel on there, I need to get more oil pastel on there, it looks like. So I'm going to get some, I'm a little bit of black in here where it would be darker, and a little bit of black under where the shadow would be. And a little bit of black in here where it should be much more three-dimensional. I'm going to try and get that to look more three-dimensional. And it's small on this, it's hard on this small paper, so the bigger you can draw, the easier time you might have. I should have drawn it a little bit bigger. I'm going to get some more of the light blue in there. It's getting a little bit more three-dimensional. And I'm kind of doing this curvy back and forth motion, the striping motion. And this is all practice, so do not be too hard on yourself if you're struggling with it. I just want to see, remember, it's all about effort and trying to, just, you're practicing, okay? Here's the handle. I gotta get the handle, the inside. Even mine needs a little help. See if I can use my oil pastel to blend that in a little bit better. And there we go. It's pretty good, not bad. It could be a little smoother. So then that's it. So I want you to try hard pressure blend, light pressure blend, mark making blending, some choice things, something else choice, and then a 3D object. And then you'll take a photo, and I'm going to probably put these together into one assignment for you. You'll take a photo of test chart 1 and 2. and get credit for all this awesome work you've done. All right, guys, I miss being with you, but I don't miss Zoom. I'll see you on whatever day I'm supposed to see you. Have a great day. Bye.